You know what Japan's popular for? Anime girls and samurais. So this video is about samurais getting anime girls. Here are 10 romance action samurai anime you must watch. Let's go. Number 10, Hayaka Ryuren, Samurai Girls.
なのに君たちが侍たる者脅されて漏らすような名前は持ち合わせていない。
Now, before you watch this anime and start coming at me with your pitchforks, I need to mention this is a pretty lighthearted anime that focuses on romance, fan service, and a little bit of action. Not the premise of this show says the plot will involve our main character getting into a mystery that will involve the fate of the world. But after watching this anime, I can tell only half of that is true. This is more about this samurai getting the girls.
そもそも僕は君たち豊臣方がどんな活動をしているのか詳しく聞かされていないんだ。デモ行進それとも署名運動
So why should you watch this anime? Well, the stuff we're going to be speaking about in the next few entries are going to be serious ones, so if you're tired of the samurai blood and gore and want to watch something lighthearted, then keep this one on your watch list. It won't reward you with a serious story, but it will give you an anime with a great art style and a guy getting a bunch of girls. Number 9, Samurai Harem.
これには訳が。甘えるな。
Alright, we are coming back to a lighthearted show again, and once again, this samurai is so badass he keeps getting all the girls in the house. Yeah, he's that popular. Miyoichi Karasuma, a samurai who trained under the mountains. After knowing he has excelled in everything, his father sends him off to the city to train with the current assistant head of the Ukiya Divine Wind-style swordplay school. As it turns out, this doesn't have one girl but 3 others.
今日からお世話になる。
あ、昼間の鹿。あ、そっちの趣味の兄さん。
お主たちは。
お侍さん。
The anime follows the regular plot line. Girls hate the guy and think he's some creep. Then this guy does something good and every girl's like, OMG, I am head over heels for him. Yoichi, on the other hand, might be the guy who is a little oblivious, but whenever an opponent in the school challenges him, he doesn't hesitate to show he's the baddest samurai in the city. Yeah, so it's about a badass samurai and his girlfriends. Number 8, Kurozuka.
決して奥の間を覗かぬようお願い申し上げたいのです。
This is a reminder again to watch my recap of the Kurozuka anime if you want to finish off this anime quickly. In this anime, we've got a mix of samurais and vampires, and despite the controversial ending, I felt like the anime did justice to both genres.
あなたにこのような姿を見られることを心のどこかで望んでいたのかもしれません。
This is all about a Japanese samurai meeting a vampire lady in a lonely forest after getting injured. Soon this Japanese samurai gets into an affair with the vampire and becomes half immortal. But then they're hunted, he's killed, and he wakes up in a futuristic world ruled by an army known as the Red Army. This belongs to the dark romance genre, and the story is more darker and violent than your average vampire high school romance anime, so go expecting a lot of blood. Number 7, Brave 10.
とっとと行くぞ。
ああ、ちょっと。おばちゃん、お題ここ置くね。
はいよ。
おい、落ちそうだぞ、それ。
お、やだ。
Time for the samurais to save the damsel in distress. Brave 10 takes place during the Warring States period and tells the story of a samurai named Kiragure Saizu. While on travel to another kingdom, he meets a shrine maiden named Isanami who is being attacked by assassins. After rescuing the girl, Saizu soon learns that this girl is heading to Sanada Yukimura, a man who is currently gathering soldiers with extra valor. As a guy who lived with no purpose, Saizu decides this is time to shine on the battlefield and then joins the girl on her adventure.
いい加減にしてくれない。私、真田幸村って人に会いに来たんだけど。
The premise is pretty simple, and the action and art isn't anything to praise either. And this is one of the few anime where the side characters are more likable than the main female character, but despite all its flaws, this is an enjoyable anime. You get to see samurais become badasses. Number 6, Shigure Death Frenzy.
それまで藤木
If you think Kurosaka didn't have enough blood, then this show has enough blood to serve an entire nation of vampires. You've got sword fights, violence, gore, blood, deaths, brutal murders, and all the good stuff. The two central characters are Fujiki Genosuke and blind Irako Seigen, both of whom have the same mentor and now compete for victory in the tournament.
勝負の良し悪しによって一種遺恨の儀決してこれあるまじく候
The romance here is pretty low compared to a lot of other anime, and this is much better as an action anime rather than a romance show, but Shigure weaves multiple story arcs and characters to the duel between the two characters and revolves around the themes of loss and hopelessness. So go to watch this anime expecting a great story. Number 5, Samurai 7.
決めました。あのお方こそ私たちの村を救ってくださるお侍様です。
Once again, this show is a little low on romance, but it knows how to push an original premise. Here, we have samurais who have mechanized their bodies. See, I told you we're getting something new. And here we have the adventures of the priestess named Kirara and her sister Komachi, and a villager named Richi, who want to hire some samurai to protect their village.
お侍様手出さんでええですわすらやりますで
気にするな。救民を救うのは武士たる者の心得だ。さ。
Now, I know you're going to ask, but why is the show titled Samurai 7? Well, turns out this is also an epic battle going on between 7 samurai around the world, and our 3 villagers are thrown into this fight as well. This anime is based on Akira Kurosawa's 7 Samurai, which is a pretty influential film in Japanese history, so I can assure you the story and action are going to be better than most other shows. Number 4, Angelomosis, Record of Mongol Invasion.
博多から2日間の船旅、さぞお疲れでしょう。皆様のためにささやかな宴をご用意してございます。さあ、こちらへ。
Compared to other anime, the premise of this is pretty short. All it speaks about is an incident called Genku that happened during medieval Japan. But those who watched my recap of this anime know there is more to this than a giant war. It starts off when a bunch of prisoners are forced to assist Princess to fight the Mongols. This anime knows how to do historical fiction right. It has a realistic approach to the themes discussed in the story, and the characters are well written as well. The main female characters aren't your regular damsels in distress, and you can see how each character helps to push the plot forward. There are also a ton of dark elements in this show, so don't go expecting some lighthearted samurai action from this one. Number 3, Blade of the Immortal.
ありがとう。噂ほど怖い人じゃないみたいですね。
はあ
万事さんですよね。100人斬りの。
When you have the word blade in the title, you know you're gonna get some good sword fights in this one. Here we meet a swordsman named Manji, who is also dubbed as the 100-Man Killer. There's also the fact that he's immortal. Now, the 100 people who were killed turned out to be good men, so he decides to kill 100 evil men to atone for his sins. Along the way, he meets a girl called Rin, who requests Manji's assistance to find the people who killed her parents.
てめえの復讐ってのは手下の一人と心中して気が済む程度のもんなのかガキがうまく乗せられやがって
From the start of the anime itself, you can see this is a show that focuses heavily on the characters. We got redemption arcs, revenge arcs, and all the good stuff. And when it comes to animation, Blade of the Immortal excels at it. It has one of the best animation you'll see in this medium, and the fight choreography of this show is stunning. Number 2, Ninja Scroll.
私に毒は効かぬ。そういう体だ。これで借りは返した。
ああ、助かったぜ。
And we have another anime that survives too much on blood and violence, but delivers here's a great story. It's a story about a skilled samurai named Kibagami Jubi, who is forced to work on a mission to kill devils. Along the way, he saves a woman named Kagiro from one of these devils, and Kagiro joins with Jubi on his mission.
なぜあの男と手を組んだ。
100両だ。100両で雇われた。
金をもらえば何でもする雇われ忍びか。
まあな。
Once again, the romance here acts as a subplot to push the story forwards. It may come off as a regular damsel in distress story, but each fight scene of the show is violent and explicitly brutal, and it doesn't shy away from depicting sequences of gore-mixed violence. Critics consider this to be a masterpiece and one of the most influential anime made back in the 2000s, so if you haven't watched this yet, now's the time. Number 1, Rurouni Kenshin.
まさか私をこの子の先生にする気じゃ。剣心いくら弟子がいないからってこんな。
So, during the Bakamatsu era, there lived a legendary assassin known as Hikoriki Batsusai, and his name was enough to strike fear amongst his opponents. But tired of the war and violence, Hikatoriki retired from the war and now travels as a cheerful swordsman. This is where he meets Karu Kamiya at her kendo dojo. Since he's wandering and she's alone, the wandering samurais live together with this girl, but that's not without adventures. The premise may feel pretty lighthearted compared to all the previous shows, but don't be fooled into thinking this is about a badass samurai getting a girl and then living happily ever after. Now, you can watch the old anime or wait for the new anime series that's coming out in the future. Either way, this is a show that does justice to both the samurai genre and the romance genre. Its manga is a critically acclaimed hit as well, so give this one a go.